Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya, Suryakoti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada, Saraswati Namastubhyam, Varade Kamarupini, Vidyarambham Karishyami, Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada, Om Shri Matre Namaha. So, in the last stanza, we saw that she talked about Naram Varshiya Sam Nayana Virasam Narmasu Jadam Tavapanga Loke Patitamanu Dhavanti Shatashaha Galedveni Bandha Kucha Kalasha Vistrastra Vichaya Hatat Tutyat Kancha Vigalita Dukula Yuvatayaha. So we saw that the hundreds of siddhis run after the person who has narmasu jadam, whose intellect he has managed to control, whose nayana virasam, his indriyas are under also his control, and naram varshiyasam, he has reached the ultimate. He has become the oldest being in this universe, which is the self, which is the Brahman. So such a person, hundreds of yuvatis, which is siddhis, will be running after him. Now, in the physical sense, one can say that such a person will become attractive because of the knowledge, because of the spread of knowledge that is divine knowledge that is happening. I remember one incident with Gurudev. One person came to him and said, Ki, I am also teaching the Gita and people don't come to attend. So Gurudev very patiently, very nicely smiled and said, let the lotus blossom, the bees will come. Now, you see, if the lotus has not blossomed and you want to sit there and become an acharya or a guru, it will not work. But here you see what is happening. The person automatically, there are hundreds of yuvatayaha who, forgetting themselves, they are chasing such a person. So that is the another meaning. That is the meaning. Now let us look at the verse number 14. Kshitau Shat Panchashad Kshitau Shat Panchashad Kshitau Shat Panchashad Dvi Samadhika Panchashad Udake Dvi Samadhika Panchashad Udake Kshitau Shat Panchashad Dvi Samadhika Panchashad Udake Hutashe Dvashashtish Hutashe Dvashashtish Adhika Panchashaddanile Hutashe Dvashashtish Adhika Panchashaddanile Kshitau Shat Panchashad Visamadhika Panchashadudake Hutashe Dvashashtish Adhika Panchashaddanile Divi Dvi. Here you have to aspirate. Divi Dvishatrimshan Manasi Chaturshashtirvitiye. Divi Dvishatrimshan Manasi Chaturshashtirvitiye. Mayukhastesham Apyupari api upari Mayukhastesham apyupari Tava padambujayugam Mayukhastesham apyupari Tava padambujayugam Divi Dvishat द्विषट्त्रिंशन्मनसि मनसि च चतुर्षष्टिर्द्वितीये मयूखास्तेषामप्युपरि तव पादाम्बुजयुगम् क्षितौ षट्पञ्चाशद्विसमधिकपञ्चाशदुदके हुताशे द्वाषष्टिश्चतुरधिकपञ्चाशदनिले दिवि द्विषट्त्रिंशन्मनसि च चतुष्षष्टिर्द्वितीये मयूखास्तेषामप्युपरि तव पादाम्बुजयुगम् क्षितौ. Kshiti means earth. Kshitau. Then Shat Panchashad. Panchashad means 50. Shat Panchashad means 56. Then Dvi Samadhik Panchadasha Udake. Panchadasha is 50. Samadhik, 2 more. Dvi Samadhik, more. Samadhik means more. So 52. Dvi Samadhik Panchadasha Udaka. Udaka means water. Now, if you actually should write it down. So you have earth, and then he says the number 56. Then he says water, and he gives the number 52. Right? Then hutashe. Hutashe. Dva shashti. Shashti means 60. Dvashashti chaturadhika. So here we have the 62. Dvashashtish chaturadhika panchadasha anile. So you say for the fire, it will be 62. And anila means air. Anila means air. Hutashe means fire. Hutashe dvashashtish chatur. So dvashashtish 62. And chatur adhika panchadasha. Chatur adhika panchadasha. 4 more than panchadasha. 54 for air. 54 for air. And then divi. Divi means space, ether, or the vyoma. Divi. Dvishat. Here he says, Divi Dvishat Trimshan Manasi. Divi is, Divi is Dvishat Trimsham Manasi Chatushashtir Itiye. So Chatushashti Manasai is okay. So before that, ether or Divi is Dvishat Trimsha, is therefore 70. Dvishat Trimsha is 70. Manasi, from the mind, he says Chatushashti Riti. Chatushashti is 64. 64. Now, for the Manas, Mayukhaha, raise. Mayukhaha, Tesham, on those, Api Upari, on top of them, Padambuja Yugam, your lotus feet, both, 2 lotus feet. Ambuja is lotus, Pada, feet, Yugam 2, dono feet, upar. Now, if you put all this together, the meaning, literal meaning is like this. Your 2 lotus-like feet are above, far above, the 56 rays of earth, 52 rays of water, 62 rays of fire, 54 rays of air, 70 rays of ether, and 64 rays of the manas, of the mind. Now, what does this even mean? Kya complication hai? So some weird numbers he has put. And honestly speaking, I don't know the meaning. I don't know the meaning of this verse. And I, therefore, when I was studying this verse, as well as for today's session, I looked up at least 5 different commentaries. including Bhaskara's commentary. Bhaskara is a very famous Lalita Sahasranam. He has done the commentary and we have studied that commentary. Lalita ji, you will have to mute because there is a background noise coming from your. Yeah, thank you. So there is this, so even Bhaskara's commentary, nobody has been able to explain this properly. So everybody has done some anumana, some guesswork. And honestly, I don't know what it really means. Now, I am also going to do, therefore, some guesswork based on whatever I have read. This is not in my experience. So I'm giving you some theory. Number one, if you total up all of this stands for 360. 360 is the arithmetic average of the solar year and the lunar year. Solar year is 366 days, right? Almost 360, 365.25, etc., etc. 366 days. And lunar year is 354 days. So 366 plus 354, 720. Divided by 2, 360. Right? What do sun and moon do? Sun and moon are the indicators of time. Time is measured on a daily basis by the sun and on a cyclical basis through the moon. Because the moon goes through certain constellations, it goes through certain tithis, certain kalas. So her feet are above the existence of time itself. She is Kalatita. This is one meaning that I think. Right? Another is these tattvas. They all have certain abilities or certain inherent tendencies. These tendencies, the earth element has 52 tendencies, right? I don't know the 52. This is all guesswork, right? This could be the meaning. So 52 tendencies. Similarly, the ether element has 70 tendencies. So she is above all these tendencies. Her feet are above all of that. That is one more meaning. Now, third meaning. बहुत complicated है ये. कितने meaning निकलते हैं? Earth element means what? Mooladhara chakra. Right? Water element means what? Anahata chakra. Now, we know that it is not the Anahata chakra by our understanding, but Acharya has given Mahim Mooladhare. He has very clearly said that water is in the Anahata and fire is in the Swadhisthana. So, fire element, water element, the air element, Manas, she is above all of these six. Her feet are residing in the Sahasrara. So when we go through these 5 chakras, going through the tendencies that are created by all these Panchatattvas, and we reach the rays that are emanating from her feet, then we realize that the rays are so much brighter. They are Suryagni, what is Soma Suryanala Yuktam, right? Soma Suryanala. Anala means fire. Soma means Chandra. Surya means the sun. It is the combination of all of these three. Now also, if you break it up, then you see, we see that we have 3 granthis in our body. Do you remember the 3 granthis?
Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, Rudra Granthi.
And Rudra.
So
Brahma Granthi.
The situation of these granthis is after every pair. So, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Brahma Granthi. Then, Manipuraka, Anahata, Vishnu Granthi. Vishuddhi, Agya, Rudra Granthi. Agya Chakrantaralastha, Rudra Granthi Vibhedini. Right? So, very clearly, we see after the Agya Chakra, then there is Rudra Granthi. And she penetrates through these Granthis. Granthis means knot. So when she opens up the knot, the flow of energy passes through all of these 6, comprising an eternity, 360 days, 360 time, the element of time, and she passes through, and she reaches over there. Another possible meaning is that when you look at these chakras and you see the shape and form of these chakras, then they have varnas on them. Varna. These varnas are, the varna means letters. So these letters are all from the multiple of 51, right? 51 letters that we have in our Sanskrit thing. Plus, there are bijakshara. Bijaksharas, like we have seen Reem, right? We have seen all the bijaksharas. So Reem, Kleem, So, all those bijaksharas. So when you put all those bijaksharas together, then you will find that she is also, all of them will total up to 360. So when you get this in the ascending order going through the 3 chakras, that could be one more meaning. The 6 that we are talking about could also mean the 6 ritus. Because ritus are 6 in nature, right? Vasanta, Grishma, Varsha, Sharad, Hemanta, Shishira. These are the 6 corresponding to the 6 chakras. And the Devi's feet stands above all of them, being Kala Gochara. Kala Agochara, beyond the existence of time. Beyond the existence of time. The Mayukha means the rays. They can also be taken to be the various tattvas or the matrikas, letters, matrikas. So if you look at all of this put together, then in the detailed Srividya Upasana, this particular shloka, the matrikas are also, each of these are given one avarana devata. So A has an avarana devata. A has an avarana devata. Ka has an avarana devata. Each of these has devatas. And therefore, these devatas, all when you put them all together, she stands above all of them as the eternal witness. She is the witness to everything. Right? What do we see in Lalita Sahasranam? She is Sakshi Bhuta Vivardhini, right? So Sakshi, she is the eternal Sakshi. But what do you mean by Sakshi? She is Brahman, because Brahman is the only Sakshi. It is the only thing that will remain. It was there, continues, and will remain. Even Ishvara will be absorbed into Brahman. And then she will play. And she will have a desire, oh, let me toss the ball once more. And she tosses the ball, and all of it comes back. Right? So that is how that game that she plays. And that is what we are talking about. Now, this whole stanza, while it is so very complex and esoteric, I look at it very simply. Because for me, she is a living presence. So for me, she is, so all I say is, okay, very good. Acharya saw some very interesting numbers in you and saw some very interesting numerology in you. And I don't know what he did with all that. He went all the way up there to see your feet. So I don't understand all that. All I understand is the day I see your feet, I will be free. जब आपके पैर तुम्हारे पैर मुझे दिखेंगे, your feet, where are they? They are above all the Panchatattvas. They are above all the 6 chakras. They are above all time. They are above everything. They are the eternal witness watching everything. So the rays of her feet illuminate this entire universe, making this entire universe possible. But her feet are above it. Her feet are untouched by the rays that she emanates from her own feet. And those rays illuminate this entire universe and make it possible. That's all that we need to know. Because after all, it is her game. And we are all playing with her. Right? Leela Vinodini. Bala Leela Vinodini. We see in Lalita Sahasranam. Leela means play. Lalita, that is her name. She who plays. She loves to play. Sometimes her game we don't understand. Sometimes we feel, oh, what are you doing, mother? Why am I suffering this? Why is this happening? Today I am having toothache. Tomorrow I am having leg ache. Somebody I know is having cancer. Somebody I know has passed away. Somebody I know is suffering. Somebody is becoming poor. Somebody is becoming rich. All of it is our game. We don't understand that game. But if we understand that it is a game, then we play it properly. Right? And we play it with passion, with complete involvement. Swami Vivekananda used to say, I don't want you to sit down and meditate here and think of what food is going to, what rasgulla is going to come. Rather than that, go and play football. Because when you are playing football, you are completely involved. Right? Friends go out, they play football. फुटबॉल खेलते समय चिल्ला चिल्ली धक्का धुक्की सब हो गया, एक टीम जीत गया, एक टीम हार गया, and then they take up the football, everybody goes hand in hand to have ice cream or jump into the pond or play. That's what we used to do. We had a big lake in front of our house, so we used to play football, get completely muddy, and then jump into the lake and get cleaned. And then you come back home and you get a scolding also. Why did you jump into the lake? You know it is dangerous, and so on and so forth. But all that fighting during the game and everything is all over. The game is over. So during that game, there is 100% involvement, but there is no attachment. That, Swamiji used to say, that is what I wanted to bring into your life. Sitting in one place and meditating is completely useless if your mind has not yet been under your control. So how do you play that? How do you get your mind under your control? Very simple. Give it to her. And say, you created this mind, you play with it. I will just watch that game. So I see this anger happening. Oh, see. She's kama krodha vivarjita, and yet she is creating kama krodha in my mind. Right? Nishkama, Kama Rupini. She is Kama Rupini, she is Nishkama. Both of them, she is there. And yet in my mind, she is creating all of this. My mind, I am not the mind. She is above this. Her feet are above all of these. They reside in the Sahasrara Chakra, emanating these millions of rays which illuminate this entire samsara. That is all that we need to understand and study. That should be our meditation. Her feet. So, the description of her feet is given in the first few shlokas of Lalita Sahasranam, right? What does it say? Anybody remembers?
Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayanam.
No. About her feet.
Feet.
What happened? Padadvaya Prabhajala Parakrita Saroruha.
Saroruha. Shinjanamani Manjira.
Correct. Mandita Sri Padambuja.
Marali Manta Gamana.
Marana,
So that is
Mahalavanya
Shevadihi.
Yeah,
that is
after
about
you
her.
start, we can think of.
Sarvarunana Vadyangi. Sarva.
So see what it's saying? Padadvaya Prabhajala, whole network of Prabha. Prabha meaning rays. Parakrita Saroruha. And then she says, Shindana Mani Mandira Mandita Sri Padambuja. Pada Ambuja, lotus feet. So Lalita Sahasranam very clearly indicates that. Giving only indication. Acharya dives deep into it and gives us a better explanation. Right? Then let us see also the what you call it, Annapurna Shloka. So Annapurna, it says, Devi Sarva Vichitra Ratna Rachita Dakshayani Sundari. Devi Sarva Vichitra Ratna Rachita Dakshayani Sundari. Vame Swadu Payodhara Priyakari Saubhagya Maheshwari. Vame Swadupayodhara Priyakari Saubhagya Maheshwari. Bhaktabhishtakari Sada Shubhakari Kashi Puradhishwari. Bhaktabhishtakari Sada Shubhakari Kashi Puradhishwari. Viksham Dehi Kripa Valambanakari Matannapurneshwari. Bhiksham dehi kripaavalambanakari. Matannapurneshwari. Devi Sarva Vichitra Ratna Rachita. Vichitra does not, Hindi meaning of Vichitra means very strange. Vichitra means multicolored, right? In Tamil, they give rice and they call it Chitrannam. Chitrannam means colored rice, right? So Chitra, the word comes from coloring. So Sarva Vichitra Visheshena Chitra. So very multicolored of many types. Ratna, Rachita, she is decorated with, and she is adorned by very many beautiful jewels of many colors. Dakshayani, she is called the daughter of Daksha. When she was this, when she took the avatar of Sati, she was the daughter of Daksha. So she is called Dakshayani. I will tell you a story on this. Sundari. Vame Swadu Payodhara. Vame, in her left hand. She holds tasty, swadu, payodhara. Payodhara is kheer. So rice and milk boiled together is called payodhara. Payodhara means kheer. So in her left hand, she is holding a bowl full of kheer, intending to feed it to the entire world. We have seen that she is Annapurna, so she feeds the world. So she holds that. Priyakari, she is the one who is loved by everybody. Who doesn't love food? We all love food, no? So that is why, and especially tasty food. So therefore, all the rasagullas she is holding in her hand. Therefore, we love her. See, that is, Acharya, whoever is the composer, he is bringing out the fact that we have to understand that she is not only going to give us the food, she is also giving us the food of the mind. She can give us vairagya. In the last ending of this particular shlokas, we will see that we ultimately, when you are praying, you don't pray for the food, you pray for the food for the manas and the intellect. So here he says, Swadu Payodhara Priyakari, Saubhagya Maheshwari. Saubhagya, she is Saubhagya. So she is the Bhagya means that which is fortunate. Saubhagya, good fortune. So she is the bringer of good fortune. She is the Lord of everything. Maheshwari. Maha Ishwari. Bhakta Abhishtakari. Abhishta means that which is good for us. Bhakta Abhishtakari. Bhakta Abhishtakari. She gives what is good for us. Sada Shubhakari. Whatever happens in our lives, it is always for the good. Sada Shubhakari. Whatever happens. Kashi Puradhishwari. Bhiksham Dehi Kripavalambanakari. Mata Annapurneshwari. Next day, we will finish there are two more shlokas left, but they are in Anushtup Chanda, so we will finish both of them together, and that will end the Annapurna shloka. So, coming back to Dakshayani, it's a very interesting story, and it's a real life story. So, when we go to Shabarimala, there is a particular place. It is called Velya Anavattam. Velya Anavattam. So Ana means elephant, Velya means big, Vattam means a place to run. So it is like a beach on the bank of the river. And that's a place where people camp. And in that, there was a Chandi Homam being held. Now in Chandi Homam, one of the rituals is to do what is called a Kanya Puja. Now, going to Shabarimala, in any case, getting a Kanya is not very easy, because that Kanya, according to the ritual, has to come from a Brahmin family. So, and there is another story about this also, which I will tell you, why it has to be a Brahmin family and so on and so forth. So now finding such a person was difficult. Ultimately, one young girl was found. Her father was approached. He was told, tomorrow 11 o'clock, please bring your daughter, and we will do this Kanya Puja. We will not hold her for more than 15 minutes, and then we will let her go. So, okay. Then next day morning at 11 o'clock, this girl came without her father. She came and she said, yesterday you had called, so I have come. And the homam is going on, right? The other people are doing the ahutis and all that. She has come. So the people who were in charge of that made her sit on a chair. And then, like all deities, what do? You do Achamanam. Lalita ji, you have to mute, please. So so you give achamanam. She immediately put out her hand. She took the achamanam. Then said padyam. She put her feet exactly as if she knew what is to be done. So possibly she has participated in such a ritual earlier. So she was put that. Then all that was done. Then she was given a new dress to wear. So she said, "Should I wear it right now?" So they said, "Okay." So she went inside where the ladies were. She went, changed her dress, came back, sat. They did all the pujas. And then she got up. She took her old dress and she went away. And 15 minutes, 7 minutes later, the father came running with the girl and said, "I'm sorry, we have come late. I hope it is not very late for you." And sorry, I forgot. So one thing. So while she was doing all the worship was being done, somebody asked her, "Betty, what is your name?" So she said, "Dakshayani." And then this young girl, second time she came, they said, "But we just now did puja to her." So they said, "No, but she woke up only just now. So I just immediately brought her. She has actually not even taken a bath, but I said, she is the Kanya. It doesn't matter. We will take her." Devi personally came and accepted the puja over there. And she gave her name over there as Dakshayani. So that name has an interesting holding. So what happened is, why a Brahmin girl is required? So what happened is, Sri Aurobindo was wanting to do a Chandi Home. And he did not know the Paddhati and all that. So he wrote a letter to Kanchi Mahaperiva. And he said, Kanchipuram, the Acharya of Kanchipuram, and he said, "Please tell me the Paddhati." So the entire Paddhati was written and sent back to him. Immediately there was another letter saying that she is Abrahma Kita Janani. Abrahma Kita Janani. Remember Lalita Sahasranam? Abrahma Kita Janani. She is Abrahma Kita Janani. Why do I need a Brahmin girl? She is the creator of from Brahma to the ant. She is the creator. Why do I need a Brahmin girl? Acharya wrote back saying, "Read the next line." That's all. What is the next line? Anybody remembers? Abrahma Kita Janani, Varnashrama Vidhayini. Varna Ashrama Vidhayini. So who has created the Varnashram also? Only she only has created. Hence, because of this Paddhati, you require somebody who has come from that particular tradition. So such a beautiful answer also. Right? In Lalita Sahasranam, one objection came from Lalita Sahasranam. The answer was, we also found in Lalita Sahasranam only. So that is how they played with each other. Right? So I love this. So I love these. I love these games that these acharyas and people play with each other. See, there is this story that in Meenaji, are you there? Okay. So in a small town, so she comes from a small town like Savai Madhopur, there were only 2 halwais. Because there are 2 halwais, they are all the time competing with each other. Then one day, they met each other on the road. So they started abusing each other. Then the bigger halwai, the state halwai told his follower, "Jaake jaldi laddu leke aa." So this other chap also said, "Jaake jaldi kalakand leke aa." And they started throwing kalakand and laddus at each other because they don't know anything else. No, they don't know how to throw stones. They know only how to throw mithai. So they started throwing all the mithais at each other. And who was getting benefited? All the people on the side, they were picking up. So whenever there are arguments between acharyas, no, it is we who get benefited. Chalo. Yes, Lalita ji, you had some question?
Not a question in the sense, when you said Ya Brahmadi Pipili Kanta Janani, I remembered Rajarajeshwari Stotram.
Yes.
That Amba Shashwata, it was right in front of me also. There also Ya Brahmadi Pipili Kanta Janani, Ya Vai Jagan Mohini.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Acha, then I have a request. I know I can go back and refer to it, but in Lalita Sahasranamam, we just spoke about you were mentioning about the 19th one, Nakadiditi Sanchanna. Namajjanna Tamoguna Padadvaya Prabhajala Parakrita Saroha. That can you please explain again, because I couldn't remember it when you asked the question.
I'll send you the link of that particular one. It'll be easier.
Okay.
Because each of these two lines will take around 30 minutes.
Okay.
Because we'll get stuck with her feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Chaliye. Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Thank you.